Managing weeds involves a combination of methods that prevent an initial introduction of weeds and additional techniques that control weed populations. These control methods for weeds used in integrated pest management include mechanical, cultural, biological, and chemical controls. Weeds are constantly moving by means of a plant's own dispersal mechanisms and with the aid of animals or birds. Human practices, such as moving contaminated seed or machinery, also contribute to weed dispersal. By implementing effective preventative measures, weeds may be stopped before they become a problem. Some methods for prevention include purchasing seed free of weed seed, or basically purchasing weed-free seeds. So whatever seed you're buying, make sure it's guaranteed to be weed-free. Cleaning equipment before moving it among fields and farms. Preventing weed seed production by removing flowers. Buying clean hay for animals. Many animal feeds are contaminated with weed seed. Preventing vegetative spread of perennial weeds, scouting for new weeds, treating small plots to prevent weeds from spreading, and identifying weeds properly. Mechanical control of weeds requires a knowledge of weed identification and is often most effective at a particular stage of weed growth. It can be costly with labor, time, equipment, and fuel input, but it is an essential component of IPM. Mechanical methods for control include tillage, no-till, mowing, hand pulling, weeding tools, flaming, solarization, and mulching. Tillage involves cultivating the soil with a tractor or tiller to bury weeds. Separate roots from shoots, dry out the vegetation, and exhaust storage reservoirs. It is especially effective for perennial weeds. Tillage may also bring up dormant seeds. No-till involves the planting of new plants in the crop residue from the previous season's growth. This form of conservation tillage is primarily practiced to limit soil erosion. In fields with low weed populations, research has shown that this can further reduce weed populations over time. Mowing removes shoot growth and prevents seed production. In some cases, mowing can deplete perennial storage reservoirs over time. Hand pulling and weeding tools are particularly effective or efficient in gardens and landscape beds. Weeding tools such as hoes, weed whackers, and cultivators are especially useful in organic production. Flaming uses high temperature from a flame weeder to disrupt cellular membranes and causes dehydration, which results in plant death. Solarization uses the radiant heat from the sun to kill weed populations. Plastic sheets are placed on the beds, trapping solar radiation to raise temperatures. Mulching excludes light, preventing shoot growth by weeds. A number of different mulches are used, depending on the situation. Examples include plastic, paper, shredded bark, decomposed leaves, and aged manure. Understanding how a crop is grown, the soil, weed history, and environmental factors can influence how to manage weeds. Some methods of cultural control for weeds include crop competition. Many crops can outgrow their weed competitors. Cropping patterns such as high-density planting, intercropping, soil amendments, and no-till give crops a boost over weeds. Number 2, planting date. Early crop planting or delayed crop planting may provide a competitive advantage for the crop over weeds. Number 3, cover crops. Cover crop planting can be killed or used as a living mulch. A new crop can be planted into the cover crop. Number 4, crop rotation. Certain weeds associate with certain crops more than others, and rotating fields can reduce weed populations. Biological control involves using living organisms to reduce the population of weeds. For example, a natural enemy of the weed may be introduced into the weed's environment. Biocontrol agents may be insects, fungi, bacteria, or even animals. For example, kudzu has successfully been controlled in certain areas by the use of grazing animals such as goats and sheep. Much of the research on biocontrol with insects has shown success in control of invasive weed species rather than in agricultural applications. Herbicides are chemicals used to kill plants. They play a significant role in managing weeds in agricultural settings. Herbicides have a number of advantages and disadvantages just as any other weed control strategy. Herbicides require much less time and labor to broadcast or spread across a crop than removing weeds by hand. They can be selectively used to target certain weeds. For example, a broadleaf weed in turf grass can be controlled without harming the turf. They can provide comprehensive and effective weed control. Herbicides can also be costly to purchase and use, requiring specialized equipment to properly apply. Herbicides can cause toxicity in humans if the proper protective gear is not used or worn to protect the applicator. Historically, some herbicides were persistent in nature, which means they stay in the environment a long time. This is true less often with newer formulations. Weeds can develop resistance to herbicides, especially if chemical control is the primary method of weed management. Herbicides are classified as selective or non-selective. Selective herbicides will kill some weeds, but they will not impact other plants. Herbicides labeled for control of weeds in lawns, for example, will kill broadleaf weeds, dandelions, and thistles, but will not kill grasses. Other herbicides are specifically formulated to kill grassy weeds and would not be appropriate to use in a lawn area. A non-selective herbicide is a chemical that kills or damages every type of plant. These are often used for killing weeds growing in sidewalk cracks and driveways. When a weed and an ornamental plant are growing side by side, non-selective herbicides should be applied very carefully to avoid damaging the ornamental plant. Herbicides can also be divided into pre-emergent herbicides and post-emergent herbicides. A pre-emergent herbicide is a chemical applied, usually to the soil prior to germination, to kill any weeds that start to grow. It is used mostly for controlling annual weeds. A post-emergent herbicide is a chemical applied to actively growing weeds to kill the plant. They can be contact herbicides or systemic herbicides. Contact herbicides kill only the parts of the plant on which they are sprayed. Systemic herbicides, however, translocate from the point of contact throughout the plant to kill it. They are most effective in controlling perennial weeds where new growth can emerge from underground shoots. For optimal weed control, herbicides should be applied at the time of the year when weeds are most susceptible. Whenever chemicals are used, the herbicide label should be strictly followed. These labels show legal requirements for use and contain detailed information on how to use the product correctly. Labels share information on potential hazards associated with the herbicide and instructions you should follow in the event of poisoning or spill. Following label instructions will allow you to minimize the risks and maximize the benefits. These instructions relate to protective gear and equipment, application rate, proper timing, storage, and disposal.